A study detailing the state of America's land, water, and wildlife was supposed to be released this week.
But the Trump administration stepped in and killed it through an executive order. I spoke with two Bay Area researchers who are joining the fight to try and make that report public.
As director of Stanford's Woods Institute, Chris Field works to understand some of the most urgent challenges facing our environment. While across the Bay at the University of California, Professor Chris Schell works on solutions for the environmental inequities plaguing our cities and neighborhoods. Both men joined with prominent researchers across the country, spending countless hours to produce a first-of-its-kind report called the National Nature Assessment, with a first draft expected this week. Until
the announcement came with no warning, and it came just a few days before we were supposed to deliver the completed first order draft.
The report, originally commissioned by the Biden administration, was abruptly canceled, a casualty in a wave of executive orders signed by President Trump, many aimed at environmental and equity programs.
The National Nature Assessment was critical, and all of the colleagues that are on the assessment are all heartbroken. And we're sort of grasping at straws as to why that was the case.
He points to the broad scope of the study, covering challenges and opportunities from climate change to the economy to human health and a sense of patriotic mission.
As academics, this was the closest thing that we had to being able to give back to our country, but I think even more importantly, our communities.
The important thing about the National Nature Assessment is that for the first time, it really would document the value of nature.
But they say the word spread quickly after the news broke, including offers to help to publish the report without the government's assistance. They believe the challenge now is figuring out a platform to capture national attention.
This is important stuff. I am keen to see it come out, but I also am keen to find some kind of a way that in the scientific community, we can make as much progress as possible in holding the feet of the government to the fire, as it were.
They're hopeful momentum will build as the world continues to struggle with the impacts of changing climates, both environmental and political.
My parents would oftentimes tell me knowledge is power. This is the work that we do, and we will continue to do the work because the mission is incredibly important.
Researchers believe the nature assessment is mandatory because of a law requiring the federal government to provide regular updates on the state of global change.